We have certain character traits that we can knowingly employ, as long as we're aware that it's for our own good in the long run, or even just to overcome certain situations in the short term. If we're aware of times when society is forcing us to man up or adopt certain virtues at the expense of our own lives, or for the benefit of society and everybody else excluding us, then we can decide to walk away or reap the benefits of our time and emotional efforts. They say that patience is a virtue. A virtue is a behaviour showing high moral standards. Patience shows our tolerance and level of endurance before we show signs of negativity, and is often associated with the character trait of being steadfast. Patience is our ability to wait and think in depth about problems and enable ourselves to wait for valuable long-term rewards, as opposed to being impatient and settling for a lesser short-term reward. The quality of being patient has been described as the bearing of provocation, annoyance, misfortune, or pain, without complaint, loss of temper, irritation, or the like. It's also the ability to remain calm in situations of great sufferance, and persistent courage in dangerous and trying circumstances. Synonyms of patience include endurance, fortitude, stoicism, and forbearance. Endurance denotes the ability to bear exertion, hardship, or suffering. Fortitude implies not only patience, but courage and strength of character in the midst of pain, affliction, or hardship, to show fortitude in adversity. Stoicism is described as calm fortitude, with such repression of emotion as to seem almost like indifference to pleasure or pain. Forbearance is described as patient self-control, restraint, and tolerance. Men's ability to be patient and endure sufferance is being exploited. In years gone by, men were praised for heroic acts, but these days it's expected of men. And the fact that men have been dehumanized in the eyes of society makes it easier for men to be sacrificed and used for our admirable virtues without thanks or reward. Just look at the soldiers who return home to countries that throw them in jail for being unable to adjust to civilian life without the necessary support. These same men are left to become homeless, dependent on substances or alcohol. These brave men are often stripped of their children and left to suffer in silence. Their courage, endurance, and patient ability to endure sufferance and display fortitude has been extracted from them and exploited. Patience requires effort and time, two very valuable commodities that we should reserve for ourselves and only for others who extend the same courtesy. Nature exhibits patience in various forms, considering the growth of seeds into trees. Without prior efforts, and in the absence of planting or watering, the seed would not have sprung above the surface. It could not develop into its current form without all that patience, time, and effort. In order to be able to achieve success, or any goals we set, we have to practice patience. Patience is different from waiting. Instead, we have to do the work first. Lay the foundation, plant the seed, make sure the soil is right, prepare, get ready, and then wait for all the elements to come into place before making the right decision that will drive us to greater success. Patience and perseverance go hand in hand. They're both necessary for every man to improve his life. Patience means not to lose balance of mind in any adverse circumstance, and not to be perturbed in any kind of difficulty. Perseverance is dogged persistence in a struggle to realize an objective. Patience and perseverance are both interrelated. Patience is necessary for perseverance, and perseverance adds usefulness to patience. Life isn't easy for men. A man has to face many difficulties in the course of his life. He has to suffer from physical pain and mental agony. Grief and disappointment are many for him. He may find himself sometimes on the verge of suicide or on the point of breaking from a noble struggle. Only patience can sustain him under such circumstances. Perseverance is highly necessary for achieving a very difficult objective. Perseverance is to try again and again with all sincerity and without any break, even if a man falls in the process. Perseverance is necessary for a man to be great in his life. Patience and perseverance are two highly commendable qualities. Few men are by nature patient and persevering. Others should strive to obtain these qualities by constant practice. To keep our sanity and remain focused on our goals, we need to build a tolerance for the opinions and ideas that seek to exploit our ability to be patient and endure the ignorance that can cause us great suffering. Tolerance in itself is the ability to recognize and remain unaffected by the actions of others. Patience then becomes the byproduct of this tolerance, allowing us to move forward undeterred and without the distractions and obstacles that may be placed in our paths as we work to achieve our goals in life. All situations are temporary, and even life itself is bound to end. Emotions and pain, difficulties and suffering are all temporary and require patience and perseverance to reach the best possible end.